Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final recap from the 2025 Conference Cup Series Championship, USPSA Nationals. Guys, what a weekend of action.
Yeah. I've lost my voice.
What a tournament.
I have no voice.
I can't believe I made it through that President's game with Tidewater. I was screaming my lungs out, and then I went upstairs and called two games, the final two games. I don't know how I still have a voice, but let's get right down to it, guys. Minnesota Shockwave does it again.
Yep.
Premier Cup champions 5 times in a row. It's never been done. 8 times overall for that team in all conferences. That's crazy.
That's awesome.
Incredible. I apologize to Minnesota Shockwave for picking RHI over you guys. You're welcome, I guess.
Motivation?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Question mark?
Maybe.
No, but I mean, to see what Shockwave has done year after year, the consistency, obviously those great players always playing together, but to not drop one in 5 years, that's a crazy accomplishment, and they deserve the credit for that.
Absolutely. And then, moving off of that, the opponent that they had in the final was Turnstone.
We didn't expect that, did
and
we?
We did not expect that. So it kind of makes me wonder, all the attention was on RHI.
Right.
So did that just take the limelight off of Turnstone, and then they just handled their business?
Yeah.
So, sometimes experience just wins out, and that's what it looked like with Turnstone. So, and they put up a heck of a fight in the championship game.
Yeah.
So
It really did.
yeah, it was exciting.
4-1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4-1, but it seemed
was
closer
closer.
than
It did.
that.
A lot closer than the
Yeah.
score says, yeah.
Yeah, and you mentioned RHI. RHI puts 4 all-star players together, has a really good show. I mean, to have a team that's kind of a brand new, still working on chemistry with their 4 players, for us to rank them as high as we did, that's a lot of pressure to live up to. They did pretty well making a 3rd place game and really getting surprised by Flash there at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to touch on Flash?
Yeah,
and
speaking
their
of the Flash, I
tournament.
mean, they beat RHI for the 3rd place match, and
Yep.
we did not pick that at all.
No.
And that's incredible, and that means, I believe the Flash finished, 4th or 5th last year?
5th.
It's 5th. So the fact
So
that they
they're
moved
up
up
2 spots now.
in the Premier Conference, that's a milestone.
Absolutely.
That's something that Flash should be really proud of.
It's huge. When I started in this league in 2018 as a coach, they were down in Founders with my team.
not too long ago.
They beat us for a semifinal back in 2018 with basically this same roster.
Yeah.
What a rise to the top of the Premier
Incredible.
in that amount of time.
So, shout out to their team and their coaching staff for doing what they do, because they're doing it right.
Yeah.
They got it clicking, and now they're the number 3 ranked team.
Yeah.
All right? And I won't underestimate you again next
never
year.
again.
So,
Speaking of underestimating teams, we move on to the Championship Conference, guys. The 2 we thought finished at the top of this, Auburn beating CNY 2-0 in a final. But the 3rd place game in that one caught my attention. DASA Cyclones and NEP Wildcats. None of the 3 of us or Nikki had them anywhere close to even the top half of that
right.
conference.
I think I was the most modest with NEP,
Yeah.
but DASA, I think we all picked them 9th or 10th.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, again, you're welcome.
Yeah, way to have a great tournament.
Yeah, way to prove us wrong.
And they're moving up. So that's
crazy.
amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. And congratulations to both Auburn and CMY.
Absolutely.
What a great game. A 2-0 game, but Zach and Peyton banging in the middle for 40 minutes. That sure was a blast to watch.
It was.
Absolutely.
It was a great matchup.
Absolutely.
Moving down to President's Conference, I'm gonna show off a little bit. My Tidewater Piranhas. I was the only one, including Nikki, by the way. Give her some crap.
Right.
I was the only one who had you picked, and I got it. Tidewater taking the championship in the President's Conference.
Yeah.
Just solid all tournament long, getting it done.
And then against Ability 360. So
what a surprise. That, for me, was the surprise of the weekend.
It was. I did mention it before we got the tournament that they were one of those sneaky teams that could potentially make a run. And they did. They went. They scored a lot of goals in very little time, and they were cooking this week. So
They were
really
firing
cooking.
on all
Yeah.
cylinders. It was clicking and just
But I will shout out my own team, Brooks Barracudas, moving up.
Yep.
Good job.
Moving up
Congratulations.
from
Nice
third
job.
place.
We
Nice
got that-
job.
we got that third
Congratulations.
place.
You guys had to face that Ability 360
Yeah.
team. That was a tough match.
It was. So we had beaten them the first time 2-1, and then they just came back and throttled us. And
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you get punched in the mouth, and we're gonna go to the drawing board, learn a few things,
Yep.
get better for it.
Yep.
But still happy for the team being able to pull it out and move up. And if I didn't mention this next team in the Presidents, I would. It wouldn't be fair to them. Minnesota United.
Yep.
My boys,
I
My
underestimated
team.
them. They've been shoveling me stuff all weekend.
Yeah.
Like, they're like 8th, really? We're not finishing
but you
8th.
know who had them up top? This guy.
That's right.
Minnesota United, all of y'all. I've been
Yeah.
hot on you since the beginning of the season,
And
I
and you
think I
guys
put you
proved
guys
me
in the
right.
top half, right?
They could have easily have won that game.
Yeah.
We went to overtime into almost the 70th minute, so that it could have went either
Yeah.
way.
That was a wild, crazy game. That was such
It
a fun game to watch.
Yeah, so shout out to them. Great job. Keep doing what you guys are doing, and best of luck in
Yeah.
the season.
The Chico Gophers, we lost to them 2-1, and they're a heck of a team, and they've grown so much in the last 4 years, and I'm looking forward to see what you guys can do next season.
Mentioning your team, Bill Berger, I was really impressed with how the Chico Gophers
Thank you.
did this year.
Absolutely.
I know we were
Absolutely.
hot on you at the beginning
Yeah.
of the season. We got a little lukewarm on you.
Yeah.
You showed us this weekend what that team can do when you're firing on all
Yeah.
cylinders.
Yeah.
Yeah, we finished 500, so we're really proud how we finished, and we're only going to go up from here. And our team changed a little bit of tactics before we left because we didn't realize that one of my teammates was not going to make it. So like, okay, time to flip. Let's adapt. Let's see what works, what doesn't work. And we found out that one of our players, Natty Geddes, who I think was the MVP of our team.
She kicked butt and goal, man.
Yeah.
Kicked butt and goal, and
She's got the coolest helmet.
coolest
Yeah,
helmet.
coolest helmet, for
So,
sure.
yeah, pretty awesome.
Rad. Last but not least, the Founders Conference. The top 4 teams here were the 4 teams you picked
Yeah.
at the top.
Yeah.
They didn't shake out the way we all thought they would.
No.
Nikki actually had them closest.
Yeah.
She picked Mary Freebed in first and the Motor City Eagles in second. You were hot on Eagles, Alex.
I was
they made
hot
a
on
championship
Eagles,
game
yep, and Colorado.
And went into overtime.
Yeah.
Almost won that.
And shout out to Mary Freebed because they are a quality squad, and
Yeah.
and they had to run through a gauntlet. One of those 4 teams had to come out on top, and they were the ones that were able to push through
Yeah.
and win it all. So
And tight margins
awesome.
in that Founders Conference. All those semifinals,
Oh, yeah.
third place, and
Yeah.
the final were all I think 2-goal games at most.
Oh, yeah, and only because I'm invested in the President's Conference because
Yeah.
we've been in there for the
Right.
last few years. Do you guys understand the teams that are going up and the teams that are coming down? That conference is going to be loaded next year.
So
It's going to be
especially
unbelievable.
And
Yeah.
Colorado.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
If there's anybody that I want to shout out from the Founders Conference, it's Levi Pacheco from Colorado Rolling Rapids. I think he's 16.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if he's that old, but I don't know.
But he's only been playing for a couple years.
Yeah.
And my goodness, he's got some untapped talent there. Like, he's so much potential. And I was like, this kid's going to be special.
Yeah.
In a very short,
It's awesome.
thing, so.
The last thing I'll say about the Founders Cup is, man, how strong was the Founders Cup?
Unbelievable.
So
Some of the
Unbelievable.
gameplay was
Yeah.
like beyond the Founders Cup level. So,
Ryan was saying, and he said it last night on the pod, that Founders Cup, those teams are like, if you look back in history, I think when we started in Founders Cup,
Yeah.
I think those teams in Founders now are playing at what would have been like a Champions Conference level
Yeah.
back then. The level of play and the skills and the team chemistry you need to have to compete in the Founders Conference is absolutely unbelievable compared to what it was several years ago.
And it's awesome. And it's a testament to the sport and, a testament to our outgoing president, to all the boards that have come through, and just the growth of the sport, right? Investing in the sport has made this possible.
Yeah.
So it's awesome to see. I'm excited to see what happens next. And, I'm congratulations to everybody out there and for having wonderful seasons. And yeah, we'll see you all guys next time.
And seriously, thanks to all of you for supporting the podcast. This has been an amazing time for Alex, Josh, and I. We're so humbled by your response. We're so glad that you are appreciating what we're doing. So many of you came up to us over the weekend, strangers stopping us, people we don't know telling us they love the pod. That means so much to us.
It does.
And that's why we're going to keep doing it. You guys have asked for it. You guys want it. We'll be back next season and bigger and better than ever, guys. And it was so nice to see you two clowns and hang out with you in the flesh a little bit. We see each other a lot through a screen, but thanks for giving us the opportunity to hang out with each other. Have a wonderful off season from 3 in the Box and Power Soccer Shop. Love y'all. Thanks for an awesome tournament. We'll see you next year.
See you guys.